What up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today on Fitness Tech Reviews, we're going over the Venu 2 series versus the Galaxy Watch 4 series. Both of these watches are pretty much top of the line as far as smartwatches are concerned, but of course now you can get the Galaxy Watch 4s for around $250 if you're looking for the smallest version, where the Garmin 2s are at about $350. We have the great fitness tracker versus the great smartwatch, but really, which one is best for you? Let's go ahead and get right into it. So for this comparison, I'm going to be going over pretty much all the different Venu 2s that goes with the Venu 2, the Venu 2S, and the Venu 2 Plus, and also all the Galaxy Watch 4s, and that's going to go with the Classic and the Extra Galaxy Watch 4. In general, they're about the same weight if you're getting the same type of size. So the Venu 2 Plus is the biggest out of all the Venu 2s, and the Galaxy Watch 4 44mm is about the same size, so you're going to be getting about the same weight. The screen on the Galaxy Watch 4 is a little bit bigger than the Venu 2. The Venu 2 has a 1.3 inch, unless you're getting the smaller version, which is a 1.1, where the Galaxy Watch 4 is about a 1.36 inch AMOLED display. They both come with Corning Gorilla Glass on it. The Corning Gorilla Glass on the Samsung is an XD version, where it's Gorilla Glass 3 on the Venu 2. Both these guys do have a stainless steel covering. They both have two physical buttons on the sides of them, and also the Venu 2 Plus does have an extra center button as well. They both do come with replaceable bands that are very easily replaced, so pretty much you could use any other ones. You don't need specific ones. I do believe these actually are interchangeable between the two of them, and yes, they are at 20mm. Both these screens can use always on for their displays, but of course that's going to be dropping their battery life significantly. We're going to get into battery life a little bit later in the video. They both can come in different colors, so there's really no differences between the two as far as colors are concerned, and they both have 5 atmospheres of water resistance, so if you like to go swimming or you need to take a dip, so both of these guys won't have a problem with under 50 meters of depth. You're going to get a lot of the smartwatch notifications on pretty much both these, email, text message notifications, and you can even use other apps for notification, but that's through the Garmin or the Samsung app themselves to be able to make sure what type of notifications you would like to have. They both can store music on the device. You do not need a cellular connection to be able to go through music with these guys, and they both have NFC payment. Through the Samsung, you can use the Google Pay or you can use Samsung Pay, where it is Garmin Pay through the Venu. They both have the built-in GPS, both very accurate with that. They both have your heart rate monitor. They both all go through sleep and stress, blood oxygen levels they do as well. And of course, they both have accelerometers, so they'll be able to tell you what you're doing when you're working out. So that was pretty much all the similarities between the two. Let's get into the differences. The biggest difference between the two is battery life. With the Venu series, you can get 11 days through the Venu 2. With the Venu 2 Plus, you can get 9 days of smartwatch functionality, where with the Samsung, you can really only get up to 2 days. And when you're talking realistically, with the Venu, you're talking about 7 days, and with the Samsung, you're talking about pretty much just 1 day. That is big with sleep tracking. So if you do want to check your sleep, with the Samsung, you have to be able to charge it throughout the day, and there's no quick charging on the Samsung, where there is quick charging on the Venu 2. They say 10 minutes of quick charge can give it up to a day of battery life, so if you are charging it while you are showering, you don't really have to charge it that much. That is pretty much the biggest difference between the two, is battery life. That's one of the reasons why I'm actually thinking about using the Venu 2 as my daily driver, where I've been using the Samsung for about 3 to 4 years. But there are other things, of course. The Garmin does use its own UI system. That's why it's able to get so much battery life, where Samsung does use the Google user interface with a little Samsung skin on top of it. That's one of the reasons why it is so low. You get a boatload of apps on the Samsung. It makes it a lot more easily customizable, and it's easier to do text messages. You can actually do swipe to text on your smartwatch, which is very nice. And don't forget its rotating bezel, which is awesome to be able to go through everything on the watch. You really don't get that on any other smartwatches. That's why I'm a big fan of the Samsung. Also on the Samsung, you can get body fat percentage, which I actually saw was pretty accurate, within about 4 to 5 percentages of where my actual body fat percentage is. That's better than pretty much any scale I've actually tested. I've tested like 5 or 6 at this point. So that's pretty awesome. And not only that, it does ECG. So be able to check out like AFib and any extra type of things with your heart and be able to detect that, where the Venu series just can't do that. And of course with the app, the Venu does have 2 different apps, the Garmin Connect app and the Garmin IQ app to be able to customize its watch face. Samsung also does have 2 apps, it's Samsung Help app and it's Samsung Wear app. That's where you're able to customize the watch face. You can actually use Google Fit with the Samsung, not too bad, but you can actually port a lot of things to Apple on the Venu series, so there's a little give and take here. So as of this taping right now, the Samsung, you can only use Bixby as your assistant. But on the Venu, you can either use Alexa or you can use Google as your assistant. Samsung says Google should be on the assistant soon, but it's been almost a year and they still haven't updated for that yet. Where you do get extra on the Venu, of course, we already talked about battery life. That's huge, but you also get an altimeter, so you'll be able to check out how high and low your elevations are. And there's some personal activity built in, some coaching for running and stuff like that. There is some coaching with the Samsung, but believe me, Garmin, if you are a runner, Garmin is the way to go if you're looking for extra coaching and workouts through running. And not only that, you can get up to 24 hours of battery life on GPS. So if you're going on long runs and you're going on long like marathon type stuff, this actually does have Move IQ. So you go from swimming to biking to running, it'll actually be able to check what you're doing with that. And of course, with the battery life on the Samsung, you really can't do that. You can only get up to 8 hours with your GPS on. With the Samsung, it does have a built-in speaker and microphone, so you'll be able to take calls and also be able to listen to music through that. Only on the Venu 2 Plus, the one that is about $449, do you actually get that speaker to be able to take calls. The other Venus cannot do that. And as far as their apps are concerned, I believe the Garmin is just a lot more in-depth and a lot more stuff you could do with the Garmin app, and I put those reviews down below. With the Samsung app is a little bit more simpler, I guess you could say. A lot of the stuff is built in, so it's easier to see the Samsung stuff, but there's just so much stuff to do on the Garmin app. We also want to be able to make sure to go through the user interfaces of both of these. Come with the Garmin first, you do have the 3 buttons on the Plus, where you're only going to have the 2 buttons on all the other ones. There is no real swipe right or left, but if you do swipe down, this gives you all of your notifications for your health and all of that. And when you're hitting the back button, the bottom right button is your back button. When you hit the top right button, it has all of your cardio stuff or stuff like that built in. And all this is customizable back and back. You can hold that top right button, and this is going to give you a little bit of a system. Again, this is all customizable, hitting back. All the things the bottom right button does is back, but if you do hold on to it, this is going to get it into all of your settings that you can go through. And this is all built into the system. And of course, you have your customizable bands on the back as well with your charging port. And on the Samsung device, you do have your 2 buttons, your power button and your back button. When you swipe downward, this is going to get to a quick settings menu, and you swipe upwards, this is going to go into all of your apps. And of course, there is another way to go into your widgets. That's all to your right. And if you swipe to your left, that's where your notifications are. And of course, you can use the bezel to go from side to side as well. That's also very helpful. If you hold the top right button, I currently have it going to Bixby, but you can customize that. And if you hold the bottom right button, this gives me to Samsung Pay, but again, you can customize that as well. And when you do want to go into settings, there's a setting button right here, and all your settings are right here. And you can also go into the app to do that as well. And when you slip it onto the back, there is no charging port because it is wirelessly charged, and it does have the quick release on the watch band as well. So what are my overall thoughts and recommendations between the Garmin Venu series and the Samsung Galaxy Watch series? It's smartwatch versus a fitness tracker. If you are looking for fitness tracking, Venu is really where it's at. You can get your sleep tracking without having to worry about charging too much, and with that quick charging, it's awesome. And in general, this has great GPS, it has great heart rate tracking in general, and great sleep tracking. That's not to say the Samsung doesn't have all those things, but it's a better smartwatch. Like I said, there's so many extra ways to customize it through the Google interface, and only that, it has a lot of extra third-party apps that you could do. And one of my favorite things is Google Maps is built in, so if you are on navigation on your phone, it'll actually show you what you are doing. So if you are driving in a car, it'll actually show you turn left in 500 feet or something like that. And you do not get that type of stuff on the Venu series. But one of the biggest buts about that on the Samsung, a lot of the things are behind if you have a Samsung device. So if you want to check your ECG, if you want to check your body composition, you cannot do that unless you have a Samsung device. So that's pretty big when we are thinking about between the two. If I had a Samsung device and I didn't need much sleep tracking, which I don't because I have my Whoop, I go with the Samsung watch. But if you just have an Android device and you're looking for some great sleep tracking, I would more go with the Venu series, since it has so much better battery life and it has pretty much everything you need. So you'll be able to check your notifications, stuff like that, get great heart rate tracking and a great screen. So between the two, if you're a Samsung user and you're not really looking to get much sleep tracking, I'd go with the Samsung Galaxy Watch. But if you're not a Samsung user and you are looking to get that extra battery life, I would go with the Venu series. It's hard to even recommend anybody without a Samsung to get the Samsung one unless you're looking for all those Google type stuff built in. But of course, you do get Google Assistant on the Venu, where you do not get it on the Samsung currently. Well, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, please smash that like button. If it was really helpful, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you're one of the first ones to know when my newest video comes out. I'm excited to see what the Galaxy Watch 5 series is coming out with. They say it's going to have a bigger battery, which of course I hope it's going to be better battery life. So make sure you're notified when that video does come out. And if you're using any of the links down below, it's going to shoot you to Amazon, and a little bit of your purchase is going to help me grow my channel. But as always, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.